interesting splits and sometimes struggling to regroup and getting kind of overwhelmed by the fragging power from some teams. Yesterday, especially on that DRX win on, what was it, Erangel? They had a really good entry point. They didn't really have to fight too many teams to get in that position in the first place. And then they just kind of give a really huge amount of terrain over to DRX and get completely cornered against the side of the blue zone. And they can't do anything off the back of that, get picked off one by one. I think they need to be careful about their timing. Timing is very important in a lobby like here at PMWC. You need to be a little bit quicker because otherwise, if you're slow by even just 5-10 seconds, teams will see that opportunity and they will take it for themselves.
Yeah, it's interesting that you say, you know, talking about timing, talking about sort of the control that they were having, because yeah, it is something that we did see, and something I noticed is that they really were trying very much to control and time that control very well. But as you said, yeah, they kind of gave a lot of that high ground over to DRX, gave a lot of control over to the zone. I do like how they keep to themselves. They kind of stack a little bit, keep to themselves off in the corner, and then they will actually spread out and try and get that. We saw in the last game of Miramar as well, game number 6. They were doing that. They had large control over the north side of the zone, but then the zone just ended up messing them up. The circle shifted down to the south. There's nothing they could do. But still, the thought was there. That zone control was there. And coming into their next few games, I'm kind of hoping that we're going to see maybe something built on top of that foundation.
I would have to agree. I think there's definitely a lot of potential there. It's just slight improvements that they can definitely take. Again, they're not playing today, even though we're talking about them. So there's going to have that one day to prep. And also, you can watch your direct competition today. You're going to be watching the group that are going up against tomorrow. So you can see how they drop, how they rotate. If there's any changes between scrims and the actual main tournament itself, they can get ready for that. They have all of the information available just in front of them, really, to make the best kind of play and changes that they can go for to hopefully make it right into the finals. So Weibo, I'm very confident they can make it. It's about, can they make those changes in time?
That's right, and just a fun fact for me, it was that Sook wasn't using the explosive bow, which I was highly disappointed.
Yeah.
Dude, but you know what? I'm glad that you're being able to adjust with what's given to you. But I want to go back. I know we're getting ready for the first match of the day here in day 2 of PMWC at EWC 25. I want to take a look at the overall again, because we're talking about some of these teams that are currently not here, like Alpha 7. For this team, I mean, at this point, I don't want to kind of see them do anything. If anything, I'm kind of going along the lines of what you were saying in the past too, Max. I want to see some of their worst games be better, because if you look outside of their wins, that is just one placement point.
That's not good. I'm sorry. Like, I know that's putting it in very simple terms, but we need to see their bad results getting a few eliminations or a few placement points. I don't care how you do it. You just need to do it. Because if you look at, for example, all global champions we've had in the past, Regnum Karia, PMGO, sure, they get chicken dinners. If you look at their bad games, 3, 2 placement points, 1, 2 eliminations. Again, it stacks up pretty quickly, so you want to make sure that that is going to be worked upon. Like the 2 biggest teams that have been doing that so far have been DRX and Alpha 7. Despite the fact that they did get 2 wins, which are hard carrying them. But then you look at, what if they didn't get the win? Then what? How low would they be? Would they be on the cutoff point of like 8th position? Would they be out of top 8? It's tough to know.
But maybe is that part of the strategy, though? Because in some ways, when you have a group stage like this with a rotation of groups, you have to think about the mentality. You have to think about maybe different strategies coming into based on if you're doing day 1 versus day 3. For an Alpha 7, for a DRX, are they looking maybe at going, we just want to go big or go home, get as many points, big wins, get all that momentum, get all the craziness out of the way, and then once they have that gap initiated, then they can use their second day to kind of just flow through, just kind of glide on that.
Okay, but I'm going to tell you why I'm scared about my point I just made about inconsistency. I'm looking at DRX in particular. Sure, they got 2 chicken dinners. Remember the circles they got. The 1 Erangel, the 1 Sanok. They got gifted amazingly good positions from pretty much phase 2, phase 3 going forward.
You're kind of right.
If they didn't get the circle, would they have still had that good a game? Would they get in top 5 or top 3, get a few eliminations? If they don't get good circles for an entire day, which happens to teams, I think they would be way low in the rankings. I think they would be on the 2nd pages.
Whoa!
So I want to see them get a game where the circle is not quite in their favor, even though, again, they're not playing today.
Talk about a Dr. Suleiman Al-Habib hot take right there, Max. Let's go over to the 2nd page, though, because I want to see where some of these other teams are also going to be at. I mean, you got Influence Rage currently in 8th place. That is a team that is also going to be in their last day of group stage. I want to see them be able to do a little bit more. I think this team, I honestly thought that Influence Rage was going to be outperforming Alpha 7 coming into the first day. That is not the case.
Actually, I'm really happy you bring up Influence Rage because we're going in Sanhok on this first game. Instead, they drop in Boot Camp. Alpha Gaming usually like to drop there. Boot Camp. Yeah, you want to keep going?
Nah, you want to hit me with the beatbox?
No, we're not doing that. No. Do we have a game plan for Influence Rage to leave Boot Camp? Because let's keep in mind, going into yesterday's matches on Erangel in Milta, they were fighting Power. After the first game, they go back to Severny up north. I think that's a really good show of respect from Influence Rage. I would like to see that happen again on Sanhok because sure, it's only one Sanhok per day. It's not going to hurt you that much if you go out early because Alpha Gaming are very, very strong in Boot Camp. I think that it would be to their advantage here to maybe go somewhere else, even around Boot Camp if you want, but don't drop in the city itself because it's messy and teams are ready to third party. Actually, that makes me go on to another point. Back in MENA, we saw R8 constantly third partying teams trying to leave Boot Camp. So that might be a similar game plan here that you're fighting Boot Camp. We wait for the fight to like cool off a little bit and then we third party because we have all the resources to take the fight. We have 4 players. You might be down to a solo, a duo, a trio. We can easily take those points early on.
Do you think we're going to be seeing that hard drop?
I think we are, yeah.
I think so too. How about you, Neptera?
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Yeah, I think with the way that these teams usually tend to play, I think they're just going to be fully committed to it. I don't see APG, even though it is their first game, I don't see them doing anything different here. There was a team that we were talking about earlier, Weibo Gaming. I want to take a look at this interview from this team first.
第一次来到 PMWC 还是比较紧张的，然后也是第一次参加嘛，还比较开心的。第一天的话就是还是个领先嘛，就比较顺利。然后第二天的话，也是一样的。然后第三天的话就是有被 INF 给超了一次嘛，但是最后冠军还是属于我们的，所以还比较平淡的那种感受。 我觉得这次香港赛冠军是我们团队的一个起步阶段吧，我们进步空间还是挺大的。我觉得我们战队就是4个人相互信任吧，才能让我们夺冠。备战其实也不多，因为我们就是刚组建的，就是3个月嘛，然后就去打那个比赛了。想对低过我们的战队的人说，游戏理解。想对粉丝说，谢谢大家的支持。
Biraz small güzel olmuş.
Evet.
Şu an XX 4 istersen ama.
Ha, benim tişört işte.
É o Rio. Isso aí tem nem dúvida.
Com certeza.
Sou eu.
Ele já assume, né?
Böyle yapalım. Bu da gidiyor birebir dönüyor milletle. Herkese vururum, herkese.
É ele também, é tudo ele.
Só pensa nisso.
Zaten yeni kurulduk yani.
Eu não.
É, você assim, cara.
Assim. É o carrinho, pô.
É,
você fica durinho no lugar assim.
Eu duro.
É. Só pegar
Eu
os
puxo
MDM,
vocês,
cara.
rapaz.
Só pegar os MDM.
É tu. É sempre nos lugares estranhos, mafioso.
É.
Geç oteyte yokum.
Yo, varsın.
Geç oteyte atmıyorum ama en çok loot'u ben yapıyorum.
Atıyorsun oğlum, çok loot atıyorsun sen.
Hayır,
O yüzden
geç
otomatikman geç sen gelebilirsin. Yani.
Tamam, genel olarak
Sen bir fight'ı vurduk, sen gittin loot atıyorsun.
tamam.
15 dakika yoksun işte.
Yani aldırdığım yerleri konuşmayalım istiyorsan.
Rio.
Ele disparado. O cara dorme 15 horas no voo, é ele.
Não, mas é diferente,
Não,
pô.
não é diferente não.
É diferente.
É ele. Para de mentir.
Ele dorme
Nem
aqui,
você
ó.
acredita nisso,
Ele dorme
rapaz.
aqui, ó. Você
Não,
dorme
você
aqui,
é
ó, cara.
louco. Tudo que esse cara
Você
dorme.
dorme mais que eu.
Você. Para, eu tenho mais 4 horas
Eu
hoje
tenho
só.
mais facilidade de dormir, mas você dorme mais que eu.
Meu amigo, você dorme 15 horas no voo. É você, é o mafioso.
É,
mafioso.
não. O Rio.
Porra, que mentira,
Vai
moço.
falar que é eu.
Não, para de mentir. Você, velho.
Que isso, galera?
Pra ele também.
Tu mesmo.
Atrasado do Enem.
Hocam ki. Kimse yok, şöyle masayı gösterin.
Mafioso. Revo.
Rio.
Mentira. Fala mafioso. Revo.
Empatou. Vocês estão de complô aí, vocês
Que
dois, né?
complô, cara? Você,
Complôzinho.
você que tem TDAH.
Bence benim. Ben dürüstüm olmam en azından, benim diyorum. Senin gibi
Ben de
saklamıyorum.
benim.
Squash.
Squash.
Não acho nenhum engraçado, não.
Tá turma lá.
Mafioso.
O Rio.
Tá, tipo, muito legal. Nós dois.
Oo. Daha da var. Daha da var ama. Ona bakarsan. Ondan söyleyeyim.
Revo. Não, sem dúvida isso aí.
Vou apontar. Ele.
É,
Eu mesmo me aponto. It's me.
thank you. Valeu.
Oh, fantastic look into the inner workings of some of our teams there. Good dynamic, Blank. I enjoyed that one. That was fun.
That was actually hilarious. I mean, I think the Alpha 7 bits were the best for me. Remo just won't own up to anything. When it comes to who complains the most, he'll accept that. Yeah, he'll accept that. Yeah, he'll take it.
Oh, man. Incredible bits, incredible bits. But thank you for tuning in. Of course, we're getting ready to kick things off here, day 2. And if that's anything to go by, I'm hoping for some smiles, some good moments, some excitement up on the stage. Very intense day of games yesterday. Bit of a switch up here, of course, as well. New teams coming into the fold. Curious to see what the lay of the land's looking like.
And we're catching our stream right now. Fireflux had a little bit of a rough day yesterday, let's say, as our stage rises into the air. I've been down there, right? The mechanics of that are terrifying.
Yeah, am I getting stuck?
Yeah, I had to crawl around underneath there. I wanted to see how it all worked. I was thrown out. Yeah, that's why I'm in here right now. I'm actually in a separate room. They won't let me go anywhere near the stage now.
I did wonder why you were escorted in by security, but I thought you were a big dog like that, you know?
Yeah. No. That's not the case. No bodyguards. They're just like, I look like a wandering cat when I'm in the stage room, so they can't have me in there anymore.
They've got to round you up, keep you safe.
But we're starting off things here over on Sandhawk for a fantastic day number 2. With 4 Thrives currently thriving at the top, and you're going to hear that one quite a few times. I'm not letting it go. It's an easy one. It's a low-hanging fruit, and I'll take that where I can.
It's a staple. It's a classic.
Yeah.
You can work it in, make the most of it.
Yeah. I respect you calling it a classic.
Yeah.
A classic, yeah. Low-hanging fruit classic.
It's easy. I mean, that's a safer way to put it.
Yeah, it's an alternative.
Yeah.
I'll take the alternative.
Same meaning, but of course, just different words.
Absolutely.
Crazy how language works like that.
Alter Ego Thunder Talks very close to one of here at the start. Alter Ego breaking wide up towards that north side, trying to get away. So Thunder Talks in the mix of it. You got King even heading down towards the bottom with Moana. I'm pretty sure Max just said it's King, right?
I believe so.
Yeah.
Okay. It'd be a risk if it wasn't,
He's got me second guessing now. I hate that guy. I love him yesterday. Today, that's annoying.
God, 2 sides of every coin for you.
Ooh, Alter Ego. Already. One down already.
Yeah.
This is it's an awkward drop, honestly. I think when you start seeing shoots with you, I don't think you full commit to sending south. I think you got to go one place only. As soon as you see Thunder Talks, they have control of full of Camp Alpha. What's the point? You got to break elsewhere. That might be just an awkward start to the game for you, and try and work down towards that south side. Now you've got the Northwest Island. There was no reason why they couldn't have played those west compounds. That would have been an easy pickup. I think for Alter Ego, they get spooked there. They get spooked there massively.
Yeah. Thrown off a little bit. Seems like Rosemary's got a little bit of damage back over as well. Knock picked up there. Of course, dialing in at the minute. We get to see a little bit more from Yangdong Galacticus. I think they looked really crisp yesterday. It's obviously a good start on a drop. Could be a nice way to get them straight back into that same mindset from what we saw on day 1.
Yeah, I mean, day 1, Sandhawk for Yangdong Galacticos. Fantastic 14 Elim throw to pick up there. So it was a really, really good first match for them. Kind of fell off a little bit towards the rest of the day. You can see there. 42 points, though. So they were bringing it back over on the final 2 Miramars, but the air angles looked a little bit lackluster for game 2, game 3.
Not bad so far, though. Scent of Rosemary certainly in the air. You can see he's still keeping himself above water with some of the pickups back over. It was that initial knock, full takedowns, obviously leaving the free.
Yeah, I mean, for Krypton, again, it's like your entire team's sent out.
Yeah.
No one's with you. I don't know why he tried to go for a solo drop inside of Camp Alpha. Maybe there's miscommunication there. It wasn't made fully clear. He's already full committed over towards Camp Alpha. He's like, where's my teammates? Nowhere near you.
The boys are not to be seen.
They could have easily had center northwest on the hilltop. I don't know, man. Bit of a weird one, but they can adjust. They can adjust.
Yeah, we'll see if they can bounce back from it. A little bit worse for wear. Seems like they've got some to work with, though, topping themselves back up.
But Yangdong Galacticos actually leaving that engagement. Smile takes a lot of damage, actually, coming through from R8. Do you send them off? So they'll take the entirety of Paradise Resort. Doesn't really matter too much. I think for Yangdong Galacticos getting out from Paradise Resort early, especially when this is leaning up towards that northwest side. you're wanting to get away from it early. It's not the greatest of positions to be in Paris Resort. Getting locked in there as well is a very easy thing to do. I think it's more of an ego thing as well, where you really don't want to lose that fight in Paris Resort. But with the fact that for Yangon Galacticos there was a free rotate down towards that southwest side, I think that shows character, it shows maturity.
Yeah, it definitely does. I think it was nice as well because obviously it was the mid-portion of that game one for them where they really started to turn up the heat and just kept compounding it. They had a good read on when to get stuck in with the third parties. Rotates were nice, obviously. Rough early game would not be the ideal recipe going into this. Rigo again, though, it's Moana being absolutely unloaded on from the sidelines. DBS up close, but they give him no distance to playoffs. Zol's able to grab that one. Full commit, another man goes down from the squad.
This is a ridiculous team, by the way, for Alpha Gaming. I mean, if it's your first time seeing them, they have many players that have been up to the hippity top of the international level. With Zol on the team way back when on Zeus Esports, getting huge amounts of work done there for Mongolia. You've got Top coming through, previously Stalwart before they all broke apart, and Doc there as well. And everyone knows Doc's name. I'm sure even if you're not very aware of that team in general, you know who Doc is. He plays in most internationals. Very, very, very strong player. Now, I do worry though, because it's a team with a lot of personality on board. His vision though moving in over towards Sandhawk.
Mrs. Vision grouped up, looking to rock together. Go for the burst in. DBS is bringing the baseline as the beat comes through. Bit of a shot back over from Vision. 2 knocks instantly onto them. Marcelo up close towards the window side, just baiting off his teammates' contact, looking for the close range engagement. And it's not ideal for Team Secret. 1 by 1, ripped to pieces. And yesterday we saw them performing far better when they could play passive blank. It felt like if they were able to play from a distance, it was good. Here it's a rough early start.
You do wonder if Fourth Rise is going to get involved on this. I mean, Falak has seen this. Takes a good angle down towards that south side as well. Gets a little bit of damage in. Will finish off that final player of Team Secret as well. But that's a 3 knockdown there coming through for Vision. It's a hard one though, because you don't really want to give up the bridge crossing on the north side. But also that could have been 3-4 pickups, giving you a bit more of opportunity to rotate down towards that south. It's a tough decision. Here's Alpha Gaming though, once again, coming up against GMX.
It's already costly as well. A lot of dividends between both of these teams. You're down to 2 players. Of course, 1 knock there as well, so effectively just a solo. Doc with the nade for the clear on the angle. No real health to play with either. DBS raining out bullets back onto him, keeping him in check. Even if they come away from this, you're going to be so low in terms of what you've invested into it.
They'll run back into it.
Mate.
It's not gone off yet. Not gone off yet.
Oh, he's gone.
Oh, my days. That is... That's an interest.
I thought we'd at least just commit at that point on the double take.
I was like, okay, that's a mad play. It's not gone off. He's just going to straight the building. But instead, he's just stepping on it over and over again, going for the bop hit maneuver. This is not footy. You can't kick that thing away. So, yeah, Alpha Gaming, though, they do lose 2 players. Just Top as well as Doc remaining on the team. Pretty strong combo to have. But as a 2-player unit, not ideal. Not ideal. So already losing Team Secret and Gamax and a total of 14 players. 7 minutes in the match. This is getting hairy real quick.
You mentioned it as well, of course, with Vision potentially getting dove down on by the 4 Thrives roster. It seems that they are throwing out a few bullets their way to keep them in check. Zone on the move.
Yeah, that's a decent shift for 4 Thrives, 100%. And Falak was having a look in. You're right. You're absolutely right. He was having a look in down towards that south side. But now I would say their position in the circle becomes way, way, way stronger in terms of real estate. You do have this difficulty, though, Jackie, I will say, where you've got 2 players up towards Hatin. You've got T24 as well as IQ down towards the southern compound on the bridge. You're a bit fragmented right now. If they feel like they can hold all that area, sure.
I suppose we'll see if they do overcommit to it. Seems like Falak is still curious if they can actually get anything from it before they back up and play a little bit more for the long game. Could be a risk you run into. You had Rosemary up on the hill as well, just taking shots down, and he was able to find some impact there, of course, towards Alpha. That got pushed up on. It was a rough early fight for them. I think losing 2 from it, considering how they were hoping, obviously it'd just be a quick smash and grab, it's not ideal. They haven't made out like bandits.
Yeah, it was 2 fights back-to-back, right? and they were just forcing that position on the south side, which can actually be a really, really strong place to play and keep you in check for a long time, because it's the slope that comes down from where APG are currently playing down towards Kinotropa, just making it in now. Thunder Talks currently playing in the Watchtower. You got Intense Game looking their way, but there's another shot coming through from Rosemary. Doing some great job on these pot shots. 600 damage already into the match here. Lovely stuff, because I think Kinotropa was trying to find a little bit of presence here, playing up on the cliff tops, but they're disconnected now.
They're quick pop-ups as well. Actually, the shots he's been hitting, you can see how crispy he is from distance, which is nice to see he's still on it. Finding influence here, considering obviously the rough opener they had going into this. Dive in of the top, Silence getting aggressive. Got the nade ready as well. 3 seconds on the cook. I don't know how he just keeps doing this. Yeah, absolutely is dominating. Just from that one position on high. He's been given so much freedom to rip his way through anyone that dares to step up. Oh, that is going to sting. Smited back down to the ground. Up close with the DBS. You feel the full force in your chest on that one, Blank.
That's decent coming through from Intense Game. A very respective of their region as well, right? It's a very aggressive region that Intense Game play in. They see an opportunity, they're going to take it. And they only lose Rafa as well for it in the process. Adrian, very, very strong player on that team. Really, really good fragger. But it's nice to see that Rafa and Silence also having a lot of success there in that engagement. So 4 relims so far coming through for Intense Game. But yeah, Alter Ego, it looked bad. It looked bad. They had to have a bit of a reset there and try and find some compensation. They didn't find all of those knocks and flushes, but Rosemary's certainly been putting the fear into these teams surrounding them.
You love the heads-up call as well, obviously, just playing off one another, have the respect to play from distance, just go for those more solo maneuvers. They're not just thinking, okay, slow this one down massively, look to rat it out. They're actually keeping themselves involved. They've got the gun skill for it, bro, so it makes sense. Like, even with a rough start, just see what you can do, play your own game.
It looks a lot more confident as well from Alter Ego. In the past, you see a lot of these teams coming through, especially previous iterations of Alter Ego, a little bit too passive. And again, it reminds me a lot of Sook from yesterday, where he was just going for plays where in that moment, it was the necessary play to make, but it was risky. So they go for this 1-1 split here coming through from Alva as well as Rosemary. And you're right, they were playing off each other very, very well. 4th Rise, they don't over-egg the pudding here. They play Hat in. They've got Noki in the back line there. Influence Rage is on the way from that western side. So at this point in time, I quite like